Hi yogis, Alyssa. Tonight's practice is a yin yoga practice for relaxation, setting you up for a good night's sleep. So put on your comfy clothes. I've got my sheep pants on. Grab a block, roll out your mat. 30 minutes with me, yin yoga. We'll start our practice by coming to a comfortable seat. Hands rest on your knees. Allow your eyes to gently close. And notice your breath. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the nose. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. We're now going to move into Samavriti Pranayama, or equal breath. Inhale through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath unless you're pregnant, have cornea issues, or high blood pressure. And now exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale through the nose. Hold. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Hold. Exhale through the nose. We'll do this 2 more times together. Inhale. Hold your breath. And exhale. Inhale fully, completely. Hold the breath. And exhale. Begin to blink open your eyes. We'll start by gently stretching the neck down towards the chest. And then lift it up, no strain or pain. One more time like that. So in yin yoga, we'll typically hold our postures 2 to 4 minutes, allowing ourselves to work deep into the fascia, the connective tissue around the joints. Now begin to turn your head to the left and the right, gently, mindfully. Back to center. Right fingertips to the ground, reach up and over to that side. And as you come back to center, the left hand will grab the right ear and gently guide the left ear towards the left shoulder. Breathe. Exhale, release. Now we'll reach up and over to the left, stretch. And wrap your arm around your head. Grab the opposite ear, right ear towards the right shoulder. Let it feel nice. In yin yoga, I always love to sigh out loud. So if that helps you release any tension from your body, sigh it out. We'll move right into our butterfly pose. Bring your legs to this nice diamond shape. You'll want it a little wider than in a regular class. You might choose to have your block here, and you can either rest your elbows on your block and hold your head in your hands, I'll turn to the side so you can see this another way. You can also, if you want a little bit more than that, bring your forehead to the block. If your body's pretty flexible naturally and you don't have to warm up a lot, then just round forward and down. Wherever you are is perfect. Just stay here. Stay as still as you're able and breathe. Our breath is our greatest ally on and off our mat. The world can be swirling on around us in a million different directions. And we can notice that by noticing our breath. By elongating and slowing down our breath, taking deeper breaths, we consciously activate the parasympathetic aspect of our nervous system. So instead of fight or flight response, we're tapping into this rest, restore, rejuvenating energy. Feel any tension in the neck and shoulders, the hips. Melt off your mat, off your body rather, onto your block, into your mat. Maybe even ideas or feelings, emotions you've had during the day. Let those melt away too. Nothing is permanent, always changing. So nice. Slowly peel yourself up off your block or feet, however you've been positioned. From here, since we've started with our hips, we're going to come to a wide-legged forward fold. And you don't have to take your legs out way far. I'm a little more flexible than this, but this is yin and I just want my hamstrings to feel good. So you make the adjustments for your body to feel good too. Again, you can bring your block and bring your forehead to it. You can rest your elbows on it. And if you have bolsters and pillows you like better than a block or blankets at home, use those instead. Just use your tools. You're also welcome to come onto the forearms, maybe even stretch out the arms and rest your head. And again, just breathe. And it's normal in yin yoga, especially if you're used to a power yoga practice or a faster, more physical practice. It's normal to feel a little fidgety or to want to do more. And I encourage and invite you to simply melt into this moment. And if you are having the feeling of there's more to do, there's fidgeting, focus on your breath. You might even direct your mind to a mantra, like inhale, calm, exhale, release. Inhale, calm, exhale, release. Such a soothing mantra for the breath, for the body, and for the heart and the mind. Inhale, calm. Exhale, release. Stay here. Continue. Slowly rise up. We'll keep the right leg where it is. Bring the left sole of the foot into the right thigh. Don't bring your right leg straight out in front of you like a seated tree pose. We want it on an angle. And from here, we're simply going to fold over the right leg. You can use your block again, resting one forearm, maybe your forehead. But sometimes it's nice just to put your forearms down and lean. Soften. Allow. There will always be things out of our control. And something that brings a lot of peace on and off the mat is the idea, what can I control? What can I do in this moment to soften into the pose, to relax a little more, to love myself a little more so I can love others from a really genuine place. Beautiful, rise up. Switch our legs around. Taking it to the other side, just same pose. Kind of that, diagonal. And then simply lean over your left leg, fingertips down. If you'd like the block, feel free. I really like just pressing into my hands or forearms here and resting. So Yin Yoga really starts to break up some of the patterns in our connective tissue. Sometimes even these little knots we get in it starts to smooth it out. But it takes holding the posture for at least 2 minutes in a relaxed state, releasing the tension of the body so the natural positioning of the body can start to heal it from the inside out. And I'll tell you what, once you start a Yin Yoga practice, you'll never want to stop. Mostly for the mental and emotional benefits during stressful times in life. So good. Now come up to center. Plant your feet, knees point up. Give your legs a hug. Grab opposite wrists, shins, or maybe opposite elbows like I'm doing. Rest your forehead on your knees maybe, or just tuck your chin if it doesn't quite reach. If you do have a pillow, you could put that there. Or if your forehead does touch your knees, rest it on your knees and close your eyes and breathe deeply. And even though a posture like this one may feel like, oh, I'm just giving myself a hug, think of the nurturing essence of a hug. Also, you are still getting a stretch in the shoulders, the upper back, all along the spine as you round down here, as well as a gentle stretch in the hip flexors by having the knees bent this way. Where can you soften? Slowly release. Oh, that felt great. We'll come into a child's pose now. If you need, you can bring a blanket underneath your hips, between your hips and your heels, a pillow too, whatever feels good. For this child's pose, I personally am going to take my knees as wide as my mat, maybe even a little wider, because I like the gentle stretch on the inner groin. If you prefer a more like safe, nurturing position for your body, maybe it's been a very tense day, bring your legs together. But if you do want that stretch, keep them apart. And then during the pose, we're going to bend one elbow to grab the other, stay here for a while, and then we'll switch. So that's the arm position we'll be taking. Go ahead and walk your hands forward. Maybe rest your forehead on your block, or if your head can comfortably rest on the floor, rest it. Sometimes I like to put a little pillow under my forehead. And then bend the right elbow. Allow the right hand to gently rest on the left elbow. And breathe. It may even feel as if you're getting a gentle stretch in your shoulders and armpits. And if you do feel a stretch in your armpits, that's so good. Our armpits are where we have a lot of lymph nodes, drainage of the lymphatic system of the body. It's important to move this area for overall well-being and health, body regulation. Extend the right palm back out, let it face down. Bend the left elbow and let the left hand rest gently on the right elbow. Breathe. Inhale, calm. Exhale, release anything distracting you from your own serenity. Extend the left palm back out. And from here, we'll bring our knees in. We'll move right into heart melting pose. Vinyasa style, this is called puppy pose. You want to keep your hips above your knees here. Extend the arms out in front of you. And then allow your forehead to rest on the mat, or maybe bring your chin and chest and throat to the floor. Very gentle here. Notice how you're feeling and tune into your breath. It will be intense in the shoulders, upper back, unless that's a naturally flexible place for you. So I invite you to really harness the power of your breath. Inhale, create space in your shoulders, upper back. Exhale, soften into this moment. Continue that way with each breath. So good. Gently press into your hands and knees. Lift yourself up. And then slide onto your belly, onto your forearms for Sphinx pose. Gaze at something straight ahead of you unless you prefer to close the eyes. And just stay here, pressing back through the elbows isometrically so they're not really moving. It's an energetic feeling down and back. The palms are also planted. And feel as if your heart, your chest is just melting forward to the top of your mat, just in between the shoulders, just melting, easing into it. Option to stay here if you're really loving this. If you'd like just a slight variation, we'll move into seal pose. Bring your forehead down, hands a little wider, so they're wider than your shoulders here. And then press into your hands for seal pose. Gaze straight ahead of you, look at one thing, choosing a drishti or one single point to focus on as you breathe. Or if you do find eyesight a little distracting, simply close the windows of your eyes and go inside for the remainder of this posture. And exhale, slowly release the pose. Bring your forehead back down to the mat. Press back to a child's pose. And now from child's pose, we're going to move into a supported fish posture. So grab your block and we will drape our chest over the block. So you'll notice the block has 3 sides. Typically for our fish, we don't want this side unless you have just this incredibly open upper back. Usually the lower side or the mid side. I like the mid side most. So for our supported fish, drape your upper back and shoulders over your block. And if you don't like the feeling of a block, you can roll up a blanket, or if you have a bolster, use that. And then bring the soles of the feet together like before. So we have a Supta Baddha Konasana position with the legs, a fish position with the chest. Allow your hands to rest just on your ribs, belly, diaphragm area. And so now when you breathe, you can feel the breath in your chest, your belly. You can also feel the spots touching the block and the floor. And notice any places where there's still some leftover tension. Imagine sending your breath to those spots in your body, breaking up any blocks, crunchy areas, sticky spots, until there's this free feeling in the body. A free flow of breath, of prana, life force energy. Because yoga isn't about having a perfect posture. It's about feeling good, body, mind, spirit, in the present moment. Allow yourself to feel that way now. Now release your hands from your belly. One at a time, raise up. Use your hands as you come off your block. We'll slide our block out from under us, but we'll still use it in the next pose for a supported bridge, one of my favorite postures. If you have any low back pain tension, this is your saving grace. When I was pregnant, I had so much low back pain, and this pose was the best. Simply the best. So lie down, and as you lie down, press down through your feet. Your feet are hip distance apart. Once you press down through your feet, lift your hips and slide your block. Again, there's 3 levels. You might even do the highest level here if that feels good to you. Let it be just on your low back and your hips. The glutes just dangle off the block. The glutes are soft. Give your entire weight to the block. And just let everything start to melt. Let the eyes close or stare blankly at one spot on the ceiling, a drishti. The amazing thing about a supported bridge pose is you get into it and it feels like, oh, this is such a relief. And then you stay in this posture for a minute or 2 or longer, and it keeps revealing itself to you. Like you'll feel different spots just start to relax and ease up. If you would like to change the level of your block, we're about halfway done. So you might lower or lift it. I personally am gonna lift mine tonight. It feels like that will really get into the spot that's tight for me. And then again, if you did switch the position, if you didn't, just please ignore me. But if you did, relax your glutes again. Give all your weight to your block. Allow the eyes to close or stare blankly at one spot. Feel complete peace, mind, body, and spirit. All is well. Press down through your feet. Gently slip the block out from under you and move right into your Shavasana here. Relax the arms down by the torso, palms face up. Legs fall out naturally. This might be the most important part of your yin yoga practice. Full release. Complete relaxation. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes unless you'd like to spend another 10 minutes or even 20 in Shavasana. But if you have things to do like crawl into your bed at this point, put some lavender oil on your feet, please feel free to sit up with me. We'll close our practice